Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, if you just arrived from the unboxing, welcome. And if you are new and didn't get to check out the unboxing of the Quick and Easy Card Kit of the Month from Spellbinders, I'll link that video at the end. We're going to create 3 cards with that kit. It's called Be Yourself, and it's the March 2023 Card Kit of the Month. Let's jump in and First of all, we're going to do a little bit of background die cutting. I have some pattern papers, usually like a theme, a color theme, and I just love these colors. We're going to be using the black and white with the hearts that have like the bee trail on it. We're going to use the honeycomb, tone on tone almost. We're going to use this pretty floral print, and we're also going to use this the spun green grid paper today. Now, to create my background, I'm going to bring in a die set. This is the Spellbinders color block slices, and I've had these for so long and I haven't used them, so I thought we would use them today. I'm going to take the smallest one. These are great for multiple sized cards. And what they do is they just cut out basically wedges, and you get 2 different sizes. I want to take all 4. I think I can get away with cutting all 4 of the pattern paper with 1 wedge at the same time. So we are going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to run this through just like my die cutting machine, just like this, and I will be right back. Okay, I got lucky. 1 pass through, and it die cut through all 4 of my pattern papers, which works out wonderfully. You can see the wedge pattern it makes. Kind of a neat look. We're going to use these 4 pieces of paper on all of our cards today. So I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to start with let's create our backgrounds first, and then we'll jump in with our chipboard and our stickers. First, I have my card base here, and what we're going to do is add some of our pattern papers to our card base. We're going to add them directly to our card base. And I think that is a good spot for them. So I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to tack these down to the card front, starting first with our floral. And this is a literal tape runner, so you can see that the tape overlaps when you use this. But the nice thing is you just fold it over, and you can continue with your taping. I think I want a little bit of a white gap in between all of these. So I will tack this down first. I think that looks wonderful. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip around, open up my card base here, I'm going to flip it around, and we're going to trim off what's overhanging. If you wanted to use your paper trimmer for this, you could do that also. So this is background number 1. I love the way this looks. I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to work on our next background. For our next background, I die cut out 3 of these panels. Now I created these panels with the Spellbinders KALEIDOSCOPE PLAID die set. I've used this before, and I think it's a very versatile set. It creates, if you layer them together, it creates a real pretty plaid. Let me scoot it over so you can see. Well, up here you can see. Okay, but I'm just going to use the largest layer that has the X in it. And we're going to take our pattern paper. I'm going to take 1 set. And I'm going to line up one of my panels. And I'm going to actually use a little bit of glue. I'm going to tack it down. Okay, I have all 4 panels here. They're stacked. But I'm going to take one panel, put it in the corner, like so. And then using my scissors, I'm going to go ahead and trim away the excess. And then all of these panels, we're going to keep these. All of these panels are the same size, and I can layer all of these pattern papers behind each one of these panels. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Add a little bit of glue. And we'll line up our last panel. So we have 4 panels that are all the same size, and these will actually fit perfectly on our card front. So let's go ahead and layer these on our card front. We're going to evenly space them. Okay, and that is our background panel number 2. So we have these 2 so far. I'm going to go ahead and do our last and final panel. And we have these pieces. And I'm going to take these. I'm going to layer them together. And then using my paper trimmer, I'm going to trim these down. So we have 4, these are all a little less than 1-inch strips. What I'm going to do is take a piece of cardstock, and we're going to layer each one of these on this panel here. First we'll add our yellow, and I'm not going all the way to the top because I'm going to use a die cut for this. And then we will add our grid paper. And I'll continue on with the rest of these. And I'm going to go ahead and take my paper trimmer. There's a little overhanging. We'll just trim away that excess. Wonderful. Good deal. And then I'm going to actually keep both of these triangles that we trimmed away also. Okay, we're going to take our card base, and starting with the opposite pattern, I'm going to glue these down in the middle of my card base here. So this will finish off background number 3. And this is the card that we're going to begin. I do want some flowers. I think bumblebees and flowers go well together. So I'm bringing in a die set. Any kind of floral die that you have would work. I happen to be using the Spellbinders Be Bold Blooms. I've used this before. And I have the dies that we're going to use right here. I wanted some smaller flowers. And so I'm going to take this and die cut this out with white cardstock. And then the leaves, I'm going to use 2 different shades of green. I have Fern is the dark green, and then the teal, the dark teal, that one is the blue spruce. I'm going to die cut out a few sets of leaves with these 2. And then I'm also going to die cut out some flower centers with some yellow. This is Chamomile, and then this is Beeswax. All these are color essential cardstocks, and I will list them down below. But flower centers are layered, so I'm using the dotted layer with the darker yellow, the bigger flower center with yellow. So I'm going to run these through my die cut machine, and then we're going to put together a flower. I think I'm going to cut one of these out with foam too, to make it easy to pop up. Okay. My flower's die cut, and I did die cut out the foam to go with it. To create the flower, it's very easy. I'm just going to do 1, but I'm going to actually create 6 of these flowers from all of my cards today. And if you're not into die cutting, you could use stickers if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and take my top layer, layer it on my foam here. Add a little bit of glue. We'll add our flower center. And I'm going for a playful look. This, technically, I don't think this is the right flower center. I think this one is. But I'm going big because I want a playful look. And with Spellbinders flower dies, you could mix and match them. But again, if you don't have flower dies, you could use stickers too. So there is my flower. And then these are my leaves. And I don't think I'm going to use all of them. I'm just going to use 2. I'll put these off to the side. But let's start with card number 1. For card number 1, we're going to use some large bumblebees. Okay, I have the large bumblebee die cuts, which I just think are so cute. And we're going to grab some foam squares. And then I have Hello Honey for my sentiment. This is in the die cut pack. I'm going to use my glue. I'm going to add a thin strip at the very top. And we're going to add Hello Honey at the very top. This doesn't go all the way to the edge. You can see here. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer and trim it, and then I'll trim off the bottom while I'm at it. Now I have these die cuts. What we're going to do with these is we're going to place these on the left and the right of here. And I'll use my tape runner for this. And now I'm going to take this, I'm going to grab some pop-up foam, put it on the back. We'll use some glue here. And before we adhere this, I'm going to add some twine at the very top. I'm going to be using my white Spellbinders twine. Okay, now I'm going to flip this around and we're going to add some glue. Place this in the middle. I love pattern papers. Wonderful. And then we have that flower we created. I'm going to add a little glue behind here. We have sequins that came in our kit, but it's not flowing with my color theme. So we're going to use some different sequins. I'm going to use the Spellbinders Peach Opalescent sequins. Okay, just the right amount. Usually I like an odd number of sequins, and so 5 is a good number. And that will finish card number 1. We're going to jump in to card number 2. For card number 2, we're going to use this panel that we created. And I'm going to be using the banners here. These have holes at the very top. I'm just going to punch them out. And then I'm going to flip these around, and I'm going to add some foam squares behind here. I'm going to, once I have, I didn't remove the release paper just yet. I'm going to layer them in the middle of my card here, and I'm going to thread some twine through there also. After I threaded it through, I'm going to take the end, loop it behind, and then we're going to tie a bow off to the left here. And then we have some elements to go on our banners. I have one of the flowers, and I'm going to put one of the flowers over here. I'm going to tuck some of my leaves under here also. And then I have the bumblebee. We're going to put a small foam square behind here along with a gold heart. We'll put a small foam square behind here. And then I'm going to add a bumblebee in the middle of one of the banners. And then I'm going to add the heart at the very end. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to use Sunshine and Fun Times. And I'm going to put it right at the very top. And that will finish off card number 2. We need a few sequins though. And then we're going to finally add a few sequins. And that will finish card number 2. For my final card, we're going to use, I created 3 of those flowers. And then I have some smaller bumblebees and then the leaves, of course. And I'm going to use the beehive in our chipboard sticker. And I'm going to tack this down using some foam squares. I want a little dimension to this. I'm going to remove the release paper. And then this is going to go in the bottom corner here. Like so. And then I'm going to add our flowers. Okay, we're going to go ahead and flip over a couple of our bees, and I think I want to use one of the chipboard bees in here. So I'm going to add some foam behind here. Place that on the beehive, and then we'll add some smaller foam squares behind these. I think 3 is the right amount, so we'll save this for another card. And then for our sentiment, I'm going to use, do we want Be Happy? And I'm just going to layer this, tuck it under that chipboard bee. Lovely. And since we have quite a few bees on here, I think we need to sparkle up the bee wings with some of my, let's see. For the bee wings, I'm going to use unicorn stickles and add a little bit of sparkle here. And a dot to the flower on the beehive. And that will finish card number 3. And that will finish off my 3 projects today using the Spellbinders Quick and Easy Card Kit of the Month. It's called Be Yourself. Such a fun kit. Hope this gives you some ideas on how to use the pattern paper and use the die cuts and some stickers. But I wish you a lovely day. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.